Anyway, so the submarine got away that day, and yeah, I actually thought we killed her, and my father and us, we discussed it, and we thought, geez, the pressure on that animal, I mean, that hook, I mean, what did it do? If it just went across the gills, would have killed her. But there was actually no blood in the water, I couldn't remember any blood. But my father was still on the hunt, and I can't remember exactly how many weeks later or months, whatever, but we didn't see her for a while. And we went out there and we caught other great white sharks. Now, every time we went out, we caught a great white. My father caught like 28 great whites, and some huge ones, but mini Mickey Mouse ones compared to the sub. But one day, this friend of my father's, Arthur Ridgway, he said to my father, listen, that rod and reel that you got from me, you can have it, but all I want is a beautiful trophy. I want a big jaw of a great white shark. And Arthur wasn't really a boat fisherman. He liked to fish from the rocks from the beach. And my father said, listen, my man, I don't go out there and catch fish for other people. I don't catch sharks for other people. You want to enjoy, you got to come out there and help me hunt one of these sharks. So I wasn't on the boat that day, but this is how the story goes. They went out. It was Arthur, my father, and a guy called Rodney. And they got out to Macassar Beach again, anchored the same place. And they baited the same as we never chummed, just baited, caught a few fish, put it on the line, and they waited. And eventually they hooked like a 4-meter great white shark. And my father fought it in. Arthur wasn't interested in fighting the shark. He would have died. He was like overweight and freaking probably had diabetes, I don't know. Anyway, he would never have been able to fight it, although he looked like a Viking. My father fought the shark in, and what we used to do, we had this like a long handle and a big metal loop, a big loop like this. And we used to take a rope, a lasso, and then we used to put it around the loop and attach it with little copper wires all around like that, and a handle. So when you get the shark in, you get the shark up to the boat, then you idle the boat forward slowly, and you then take this loop and you put it around the shark's tail, and then you lasso it, and then you got the lasso around the shark's tail, you cleat it and you take off, and now the shark can do nothing because you pull in this animal backwards to the water, so it's screwed. And by the time you get to harbour, the animal's either dead or it's so exhausted and so traumatized that they can do nothing. All right, so that's how we did it. Anyway, so this day they're fighting this 4-meter great white shark, and it comes in and comes up to the boat, and my father's got the rod like this, and he's still strapped in, and they got it right near the boat, and Arthur grabs he's got gloves on, he grabs the cable, and he starts pulling it in like this, because you can't reel the cable onto the rod, so he starts pulling it in. And at that point, my father's looking past the shark that they're fishing for. He's looking past it, and he sees something. He just sees this monster coming up. He sees this white, and he sees something coming up, and suddenly he realizes it's the submarine. The submarine is coming in to attack the shark. And my father shouts to Arthur, Arthur, let it go, because Arthur had the cable wrapped around his hands and stuff. My father says, Arthur, let it go, let it go. And Arthur's like, what about my jaw? My dad says, fuck the jaw, just fucking let it go. And Arthur just lets the cable go like that. My father's still strapped in to the rod and everything. And the shark apparently starts wallowing in the water. It's tired. It's been fighting for a couple of hours. It's wallowing like that in the water. And it drifts down. And I don't know how far it drifted down, maybe 1 meter, 2 meters. But apparently the shark's like this. 4-meter great white shark, and a submarine comes up and just hits it. Wow, like that. Takes a 4-meter great white shark, and a 4-meter white shark is huge. Grabs that shark and clamps down on it and hits into the boat, smashes into the boat. Wow, like that. But doesn't let the shark go, and turns around and starts swimming off with this 4-meter great white shark in his mouth. Now you can imagine how big the submarine is. It's taken a 4-meter live bait. 4-meter live bait. It grabs the shark and takes off. And my father's so mesmerized, he's just sitting there watching this, and he forgets that he's still attached to the rod. And the line pulls tight, and he gets ripped right out the fighting chair, and he falls into the deck of the boat, into the gunnel, and the rod's screaming, and he manages to scramble up, and he gets back to the fighting chair. And he's sitting there fighting this submarine that's got his shark on the line, or Arthur's shark on the line. And he fights it for like 10 or 15 minutes. And eventually, he doesn't know exactly what happened, but the line went slack and it was snapped. The cable, the line, I can't remember, was snapped. And he thinks that what happened is the submarine rolled on it and just crunched it and snapped it up. And it came in. So and the drum came, or the float, it wasn't a big float, smaller float, like float to the surface. And they just sat there. And like a minute later, this white stuff and dead seals and stuff, obviously the contents of the shark, the smaller shark that the submarine was ripping up, came. Oh, before that happened, sorry, still had the shark, and it came out the water like that. Like my dad says, to the pectoral fins, and fell down and started rolling with the shark, just rolling. And that is when the line snapped off. Went down, and then they saw these dead seals and stuff coming up. Obviously the shark had been ripped open, the guts had been ripped open. And that was the second last time we saw the submarine was seen. Because what happened, a few weeks later, I was out there as well, we were hunting the submarine again. And it breached. The 7-meter great white shark breached right behind our boat. Completely. No, right in front of the boat. Just breached in front of the boat like that. Big breach, and we saw it, came down, boom, cruised past, and we never saw it again. Just like that. That was the last time we saw the submarine. But now, the next interesting story about these hunting years is why my father stopped. I don't say we, because I was just there because I loved being involved with sharks. I just loved it. I mean, what young kid, 12, 13-year-old kid, doesn't want to be involved with in the man's world of hunting great white sharks? It's incredible. We never hated these sharks. We didn't want to kill them. In fact, often at night I'd lie in bed feeling sorry, and I'd think like a kid thinks. I'd like, oh, if we didn't kill that shark today, it would still be swimming out there. You know, you feel sympathetic. But an interesting story how it actually stopped. How my father actually stopped hunting these sharks, and that'll be the next story.